Wait for my cue. Good? Okay. I hereby call to order this meeting of the regularly scheduled Metropolitan Area Planning Commission. Carla, if you would please read the roll.
Mark Arnold.
Here.
Whitney Hall.
Here.
Cody Haney.
Here.
Marvin Cusick.
Here.
Eddie Mack.
Here.
David Mason.
Here.
Cole Ream.
Here.
Don Roberts.
Here.
That's a quorum.
Thank you, Carla. Okay, our first order of business is to consider approval of the minutes of the regular Metropolitan Area Planning Commission meeting of May 15, 2017. You've all had a chance to look at those minutes. I'd consider a motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as printed. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, and that motion carries. Okay, I've been instructed to read the entire legal description, so you will have to bear with me for a few minutes while I read this. Our first zoning is item 4.1, which is to consider a residential and commercial planned unit development design statement and master development plan for Stonebridge East PUD, described as part of the west half of the Southwest Quarter, Section 1, Township 22 North, Range 7 West, Indian Meridian, and part of the West Douglas Edition, Garfield County, Oklahoma, more particularly described as follows. Beginning at the southeast corner of said west half Southwest Quarter, Section 1, thence south 89 degrees, 50 minutes, 12 seconds west, along the south line of said Southwest Quarter, Section 1, for a distance of 789.06 feet to a point 530 feet from the southwest corner of said Southwest Quarter, Section 1. Thence north 0 degrees, 46, 0 minutes, 46 seconds east, parallel with the west side of said Southwest Quarter, Section 1, and along the east side of a parcel recorded at Book 1152, page 556, for a distance of 666 feet.
660.
660 feet, thank you. Then south, 89 degrees, 50 minutes, 12 seconds west, parallel with the south line of said Southwest Quarter, Section 1, and along the north line and its extension of said parcel recorded at Book 1152, page 566, for a distance of 530 feet. Thence north, 0 degrees, 0 minutes, 46 seconds east on the west line of said Southwest Quarter, Section 1, for a distance of 1,774.66 feet to a point 206.88 feet south of the northwest corner of said Southwest Quarter, Section 1. Thence north, 89 degrees, 59 minutes, 13 seconds east, for a distance of 141.94 feet. Thence south, 44 degrees, 49 minutes, 9 seconds east on the southwesterly railway rights of way for a distance of 1,448.75 feet to the beginning of a non-tangential curve, thence continuing on the said right-of-way on a curve turning to the left through I assume that's 2 degrees, 7 minutes, 47 seconds, having a radius of 5,814 feet, 14.79 feet, an arc distance of 216.06 feet, and whose long chord bears south 45 degrees, 45 minutes, 35 seconds east for a chord distance of 216.05 feet to a point on the east line of said west half Southwest Quarter, Section 1. Thence continuing on said rights of way and onto the north line of West Douglas Edition on a curve turning to the left through an angle of 03 degrees, 31 minutes, 49 seconds, having a radius of 5,814.79 feet, an arc distance of 358.30 feet, at whose long chord bears south 48 degrees, 38 minutes, 25 seconds east, for a chord distance of 358.24 feet to the common north corner of the West Douglas Addition and Douglas Addition. Then south 0 degrees, 0 minutes, 8 seconds east on the common line of said West Douglas Addition and Douglas Addition for a distance of 325.07 feet. Then south 89 degrees, 50 minutes, 12 seconds west on the common lot line and its extension of lots 16 and 17, Block 1 West Douglas Addition, for a distance of 158 feet. Thence 0 degrees south, 0 minutes, 8 seconds east on the east line and its extension of Block 2 West Douglas Addition, for a distance of 90 feet. Then south 89 degrees, 50 minutes, 12 seconds west on the north line of Block 3, West Douglas Addition, for a distance of 110.58 feet. Then south 0 degrees, 1 minute, 41 seconds east on the east line of said west half southwest quarter section 1, and on the west line of West Douglas Addition, a distance of 600 feet to the point of beginning, located northeast of the corner of West Chestnut and North Cleveland Streets, and make a recommendation to the mayor and board of commissioners. Chris,
Well done.
it's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Planning Commissioners, the slide in front of you shows the site that we just got the legal on, and you will notice that most of it is zoned R2, and there was a piece that was zoned R4, I believe, right in this little corner. I'll point here for you guys, like right in this area right here. This R4 should be right up there. Those are the current zonings of the property. My next slide shows you our infrastructure slide. Just very quickly, we have water and sewer in Cleveland. Of course, we're making intersection improvements at Cleveland and Chestnut. We're putting in a boulevard, and we've looked at that, and we have determined that the infrastructure is there to support the proposed PUD. This is a map that the audience can see. It's in your packet as well. It consists of 48.63 acres. In track 1, there will be 37.23 acres. The developer is proposing to build 176 dwelling units under our PUD ordinance with a number of 6 dwelling units per acre. They could build as much as 223, but they're not maxing out. They're doing 176. And then track 2 is a commercial track, and there's 11.4 acres there. They are seeking rezoning in the beige area on the slide from R2, R4 to R5. And the reason they're doing R5 is in our zoning ordinance, R5 stands for townhouse. In addition to building townhouses, you can build fourplexes in R5, you can build triplexes, duplexes, and single families. So the R5 zoning district gives the developer the maximum flexibility to respond to what the market needs are. Are there any questions about that? Then the area that's in a peach color is the commercial track. And in our comprehensive plan, we show commercial center at the intersection of Cleveland and Chestnut. We looked at this development in addition to that, and we still have adequate infrastructure there in our roads to accommodate this. We did a traffic study, and that's how we know that. There will be a signal installed when this, right at this intersection, this just happens to line up right across the street to the apartments to the west. When this connection is made to Cleveland, that'll be the time when we, the city, will determine at the developer's cost that signal will go in. But also part of that analysis will be how much development commercial is happening. It may be one big project, it may be several before we hit that, but at some point there will be a signal there. We are planning for it. It is in the PUD. With those comments, it's staff's recommendation to approve. I answer any questions for you. Nobody's signed up to speak on this item.
So it would be the northern driveway that goes through the commercial
It'll be the,
area that is built initially, and then the southern drive?
and the north one, there's 3 here, 1, 2, 3?
Yes. But it looks
This
like
is the
only
one
2
that
connect.
gets you into the apartments, and it lines up with what's being there right now. This is where the signal would happen. There'll be an opportunity for left turn movement, left turn movement into the apartments, and a left turn movement into the development. This one, and this one will only be right turn movements only, because there's a boulevard there.
Since the residential appears to be going in first, like that northern drive would be the most likely to be installed?
We'll see. It depends on, in a PUD, this is just the master plan. They will come back to you with a preliminary site plan and a preliminary plat, and then they'll come back to you with a final plat and a final site plan. So, and they will do those in phases, Commissioner. So I'm not prepared to tell you which drive will get built first. But as the whole complex gets built out, it'll serve them well. Good question.
When the storm retention pond fills up, where does it drain?
Robert, can you answer that, please?
Thank you, Chris. Yes, the site drains to the west or the southwest corner, and actually there's a pipe system there that drains it south on Cleveland Street. The roadway improvement, the intersection improvement will improve that drainage system from just south of this site. Actually, it will improve it past this site with the Boulevard project, which we'll follow as well. And that water is drained south on Cleveland and then eventually drains west to Boggy Creek Channel. Okay.
There's none of this stormwater drainage, though, that goes across the street to that other large retention area, is there? They're standalone units?
That is correct. The Rolling Oaks Detention Facility retained water coming from the north of the railroad tracks and from the development that's developed on the west side of Cleveland. And then that flow and this flow from this site will converge at about a half mile south of about a quarter mile south of Chestnut is where the two converge, and then they're carried over to the Boggy Creek Channel to the west. So you're right, there are separate detention ponds. Eventually, the flows from the two come together at the Boggy Creek Channel. But yes, this does not flow into the other detention. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Any other questions? I'll hear a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the PUD as read. All those in favor, aye. Aye. Those opposed? And that motion carries unanimously. Again, if you will bear with me, unless somebody else would volunteer to read this. If you want to, go right ahead. I will turn over the 4.2 to Mr. Breen.
Okay, item 4.2. Once again, lengthy legal. Consider a rezoning for property described as a tract of land in the southeast quarter of Section 11, Township 22 North, Range 6 west of the Indian Meridian, Garfield County, Oklahoma, as shown on plot of survey S09-0423, the Meridian, Garfield County, Oklahoma, the legal description of which was prepared by Charles W. Street, license 1150, on November 16, 2009, the basis of bearing being a measured bearing of the south 0 degrees, 11 minutes, 7 seconds east on the east line of said southeast quarter and which is more particularly described as follows. Commencing at the northwest corner of said southeast quarter, thence 323.20 feet, south 0 degrees, 5 minutes, 50 seconds west, along the west line of said southeast quarter, to the south right-of-way line of United States Highway 412-64, as described at Book 265 Miscellaneous, page 97, for a point of beginning. Thence easterly, on a curve to the left, a radius of 86,668.7 feet, an arc length of 1,877.28 feet, the chord of which bears north 89 degrees, 23 minutes, 2 seconds east, 1,877.22 feet along said south right-of-way. It's north 89 degrees, 10 minutes, 52 seconds east, 59.30 feet along said south right-of-way. Then south 79 degrees, 30 minutes, 32 seconds east, 76.49 feet along said south right-of-way. Thence north 89 degrees, 10 minutes, 52 seconds east, 609.10 feet along said south right-of-way to the east line of said southeast quarter. Then south 0 degrees, 11 minutes, 7 seconds east along said east line, 1,520.51 feet to the north right-of-way line of the St. Louis and San Francisco Railroad. Thence north 62 degrees, 41 minutes, 9 seconds west along said north right-of-way, 2,955.32 feet to the west line of said southeast quarter. Thence north 0 degrees, 5 minutes, 50 seconds east along said west line, 148.58 feet to the point of beginning, located at the southwest corner of 54th Highway 412, O&K Garriott Road, from I-1 Planned Industrial Park to I-2 Light Industrial District.
Very much, Cole.
You're welcome.
Chris?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The slide in front of you shows the site, 412 on the north, 54 on the east, and the road tracks on the south. Currently, it is zoned I-1 Light Industrial. The proposed use is a contractor equipment yard for Northwest Crane Company, and that's why the rezoning needs to go I-2, as that's where that use is permitted. This slide shows you the site again, and it shows you we have water and sewer in 54th, and we have good access off of 54th. It's recommended for approval. Are there any questions I can answer?
Questions? Motions?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve item 2 of zoning. All those in favor, aye? Aye. Those opposed? And that motion is unanimous. Item 3 on rezoning is to consider a rezoning for property described as the west half of the northwest quarter of Section 7, Township 22 North, Range 5, west of the Indian Meridian, accepting roadway easement to the county 66th Street and strip for Highway 412-64, located at the northeast corner of 66th and Highway 412, which is O&K Garriott Road, from A, Agricultural District to I-3 Industrial Heavy. Chris?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The slide in front of you shows the site outlined in yellow. This time 412 is on the south side and 66 is on the east side of the site. West side, thank you, Carla. It is zoned agricultural. The request is I-3, and the owner of this property will be P&L. They developed a track right north of there. You can see their lay-down yard right here on this slide, and that is what's going to happen on this property. Currently, there is no public water or sewer available to this site. They will be providing water privately, and they will be handling their sewer by septic. Are there any questions of staff? It's our recommendation to approve.
Questions? Motions?
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion and second to approve item 3 of rezoning. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And that motion is unanimous. Okay, our last item for rezoning is to consider a rezoning for property described as part of the southwest quarter of Section 11, Township 22 North, Range 7 west of the Indian Meridian, Garfield County, as shown by Exhibit B, and being more particularly described as follows. Commencing at the northwest corner of said southwest quarter, Section 11, thence in a southerly direction along the west line of said southwest quarter, Section 11, for a distance of 460 feet. Thence in an easterly direction, parallel to the north line of said southwest quarter for a distance of 353 feet, to the point of the beginning. Thence in a southerly direction along the west line of said southwest quarter for a distance of 521.96 feet. Thence in an easterly direction, parallel to the north right-of-way of Oklahoma Avenue for a distance of 364.15 feet to a point on a curve on the west boundary of Nielsen Place, 6th Edition. Thence continuing along the west boundary of Nielsen Place, 6th Edition, said curve turning to the right through, I assume that's supposed to be an angle? Yeah. Instead of and? Through an angle of 17 degrees, 53 minutes, 33 seconds, having a radius of 1,790 feet and an arc length of 558.98 feet. Thence in a westerly direction parallel to the north line of said southwest quarter for a distance of 176.04 feet to the point of beginning, and said parcel containing 3.0539 acres, more or less, located on the west of Nielsen Place, 6th Edition, south of Randolph Avenue, and east of Oakwood Road, from R2 residential single-family dwelling to C3 general commercial district. Chris?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This slide outlined in red shows the entire site. Randy Ham, owner of Stewart Nissan, has purchased this property, and it's his intent to build his new dealership here. The area outlined in yellow is the part that we're considering tonight. It currently is zoned R2. He's seeking to rezone that to C3 to be consistent with the balance of his site. My second slide shows you that we have water and sewer available to the site. We've analyzed Oakwood and Randolph. The roads are adequate. It's recommended for approval. Can I answer any questions for you?
Again, no questions. I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve?
Sorry.
We have one person signed up to speak on this item, Jeff Bergman.
I was just here in case there were any questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I
Make a
do
motion?
have a motion,
Thank you.
and I have, Eddie made the second.
Thank you.
I have a motion and a second to approve item 4 on the rezoning. All those in favor, aye? Aye. Those opposed? And that motion is unanimous. Okay, I have no use by review, no plats, no site plans, and I'm lost. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, here we go. I have a lot split. Paragraph 8.1 is to consider a lot split for part of the southeast quarter of the northeast quarter of Section 8, Township 22 North, Range 6 west of the Indian Meridian, located at 1401 East Pine. Chris?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's the length of the legals we like right there.
That is.
Good.
I like that one.
The yellow box represents the part that we're considering for a lot split this evening, and that yellow box belongs to 1401 East Pine. So you can see that he has a very deep lot. 1407 East Cypress wants to break that part off from 1401 and add it to their property. 1407 East Cypress has already acquired this lot and this lot. So when it's finished, the 1407 East Cypress will be that size, delineated by the orange dash. Are there any questions?
Is Cypress dead in there at the left?
Yes.
So basically, once he takes over that, they'll close the road and maintenance of the road will,
That I can't answer. All we're doing today is splitting a piece off of 1401 and adding it to 1407 East Cypress. Normally, when we look at lot splits, we do consider access, water and sewer, but it's just being added to that
Okay.
particular track.
okay.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion to have a motion and a second to approve the lot split. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Those opposed? And that motion carries. And as I see, we have no other business except to adjourn. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion?
I have a motion to adjourn. Second. And a second. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Those opposed? We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Good job.
Excellent.